is a natural, powerful, and primitive human emotion. We all feel fear, and in many cases, fear is what keeps us safe. The Little Nightmare series, developed by Tarsier Studios, is a puzzle platform horror adventure game which, in my opinion, integrates and utilizes the fear factor close to perfection. Why do when people control the main character, Mono, a cute childlike figure walking around a familiar childhood setting, do we get reactions like this?
What the f***? Oh my god! Hey! Your head should not be in here! Please!
Little Nightmares 2 insinuates fear effectively through spatial design, contrastic model sizes, field of view limitations, and tactical game mechanics. Today, we will be taking a deep dive into the game and level design of Little Nightmares 2 and see how the game insinuates fear through design. What are the emotions and feelings you are experiencing when escaping the teacher in this level? Cramped. Little Nightmare's spatial design within a level always leaves the player with the illusion of space. You can seemingly walk in all directions and navigate within a three-dimensional space. However, the players still feel trapped. Why? The illusion is created by framing the player's character low within the screen, giving the player's view of the entire vertical side of the gameplay, exposing the level's intricate details. Unlike other games in third person or first person, which the focus of the camera revolves around the character, giving a limited perspective. The spatial design of Little Nightmares functions similarly to a comic book panel, giving a sense of space and details through verticality. Rather than a level with details all around and surrounding the player, Little Nightmares' details within a level end when the platform reaches a dark end. The design of the level itself caters towards detail in the vertical sense. But instead of feeling safe, feeling like there are places to run and hide, the game utilizes these spaces as pressure points, from looming dangers from every direction to straight-up horrifying prop pieces which fill set vertical areas. Furthermore, the movements of our character are extremely limited. Running inwards or outwards can feel janky at times since the in-game camera doesn't follow the character model, and if you actually played the game, you will realize how hard it is to run away or find any sense of direction. Why? This is the perfect segue onto our next chapter. In Little Nightmares, much of the horror element doesn't come from the scary teacher or the crawling doctor, but rather the camera itself. The limited visibility due to the camera's movement gives opportunity and intensifies the feeling of the unknownness. Similarly to the first Resident Evil game, when the camera doesn't move or barely moves, you don't feel as if you're in control of the character. And that is when a singular zombie in the hallway, or in this instance, monsters towering over you, become truly horrifying. For instance, when you first enter the cabin in the first level, not only that the game is new to you and you do not know what to expect, or running towards the camera, you cannot see anything up front. Xenophobia, or fear of the unknown, starts to kick in. What is ahead? What could pop up from the side? You will never know if it's truly safe or is it dangerous. When playing Little Nightmares 2, you will realize how important contrast is to the overall level design, from the cuteness of the main characters, in contrast to the downright spine-chilling boss fights or prop decorations, to the contrast of model sizes. Little Nightmares create fear by creating unproportionally small characters, even for a child in a video game, that the player control, evoking feelings we have as a child, everything from monsters that tower over us down to the detail of the large buildings in the background, all pressuring us, the players, to feel small and helpless. As shown in the diagram, the contrast in size of our controllable character in comparison to other entities within the game is undeniable. It is hard to feel safe when greater and larger threats are always looming around within the game. Characters in the game are not the only factor in contrastic model sizes. As mentioned earlier, even the background of the game are emphasized by the verticality of the level design. This shown background in particular shows larger buildings in the distance, furthering pushing us down, making us feel small and helpless without control. The game isn't as hard as it is frustrating to play. However, when you realize that in most situations, holding down the D key on the keyboard would most likely get you out to safety in most situations. So why do we feel as if we are always in imminent danger? The game utilizes story-driven game mechanics to convey this feeling, and I took out two prominent examples for set mechanics. In this scene, a log is falling towards us. The log always seems as if it would catch up to us. Its velocity and weight tells us this. However, by playing, you will realize that to pass this obstacle, all you really need to do is to hold down the D key. But why? Why do the players always feel like they will get crushed? The game design wisely allows the log to get stuck on debris, slowing down its velocity, giving the player a chance to escape in a situation otherwise impossible to traverse through safely, leaving the players with only the feeling of hopelessness, when in reality, the players are completely safe. Another example seen in Little Nightmares 2 is through the character you play, Mono, the main protagonist of the game. However, unlike the first game, you are accompanied by another character called Six. Together, the two traverse the game, helping each other through puzzles. However, playing with company is less scary than playing alone, so the game uses the story to take away Six in many ways, whether by kidnapping or getting trapped in a different room, to force the players to play alone without the help or warmth of a friend. Little Nightmares 2 is the epitome and a perfect example of how video games could generate fear through simple yet effective methods that are sometimes hidden in plain sight. And this is how Little Nightmares accomplishes the act of insinuating fear through design.